Podcasts are a wonderful way of us growing an audience, sharing our skills, knowledge and expertise with people who we're trying to build an influence with. But if we're absolutely honest, although it's easier to set up, easier to create compared to a video where you've got to think of the visuals as well, it can be difficult to try and get people to listen, especially a new audience, and trying to reach new people to convince them to come and listen to you for a longer period of time, because generally podcasts last a lot longer than a video such as the ones that you see here on YouTube. So how on earth did I get over 200% more listens just by doing one thing? In this video I'm going to explain just that. Now if you're new to the channel or we meet for the first time, then hi, my name's Liam. I'm creating content about creating content, and I'd love for you to subscribe if this kind of information is interesting to you. Now, just before we go into the actual technique that I used, I want to say that this podcast recording that I captured wasn't perfect, and I'm sure that you're probably going to be able to relate to that. Not only did I fluff my lines a few times and cause myself some more editing, but also I got my guest's name wrong for pretty much the entirety of the episode. It was only at the end where she actually corrected me when we were going through her contact details to share with the audience, which they're absolutely terrible about. So Maya, if you are listening or watching this ever, then I am super sorry. I know I grovelled a lot at the end too. But getting back to the episode, so I had it all recorded, ready to share with my current audience, but I was really looking for ideas and ways of how to gain new listeners to the show. And what I discussed with Maya, I'm not going to get it wrong again, what I discussed with her was that because it was a conversation about her, about what she did and sharing her journey, that this might be a good resource for her to share. And she thought the same, luckily, and she decided not only to share it with her audience on her social media platforms, social media platforms, but she also took the podcast episode and she embedded it into her website. So by just simply giving her a short string of code, her going into her website and putting it in her about page or a blog page or something like that, she was actually promoting the show for me as well, which ultimately got me over 200% more listeners. So if it is that you're interviewing guests, or if you've got another medium where you can share an episode, perhaps you'll mention a product or service or another company or another organisation, if it's valuable to those people that you're mentioning, why not consider offering them the option of embedding your episode, and not just telling them because you want more listeners from their audience, but the benefit for them, because you're going to obviously want to show some kind of benefit for why on earth they would be just sharing their content, as much as the praise on them appearing on your episode would be. But the reason that it would be beneficial to them was because if somebody lands on their website, then they're going to be interested about what it is that they're doing. And if they actually press play and listen to a podcast episode, not only are they going to be getting a bit more of a relationship building exercise with that person, because they're getting to know that person a little bit better, but also it helps the retention rate of that person on the website. So if you're a bit unfamiliar with websites, Google obviously tracks websites and suggests the better ones or the worst ones depending on the performance and various factors which I have no right to be talking about. We'd have to go to a social media optimization expert for that kind of thing. But they have this thing called bounce rate. So if somebody leaves a website pretty soon after arriving at a website, then it's like a black mark against them. But if you've embedded a podcast episode on your website, then actually that person is going to have that web page open for longer and listen to what it is that you've got to say for a longer duration. So it actually benefits the SEO that somebody would have on their site if it's yours or your guests as well. I hope this has been helpful. If you'd like to see more videos from me, then click on one of these ones that are on the screen. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.